Test. Okay, that came good. Uh, let's see what we're gonna do. Okay, so today's video is going to be a bit different than usual. I'm not really going to be talking about what I'm doing here for a while. I'm just going to be, I'm probably just going to be mining or uh, smelting some cobble into stone. Just going to focus on doing that for a while. And while doing that, I'm just going to be talking about life. I feel like right now I need to talk about shit. And well, my options for talking about shit is to you can either, you know, go to therapy or just deal with the shit. But I feel like just talking about it literally to no one is better than nothing. But I can see that it says one viewer. That's just me having this stream open to make sure it actually runs well. So I know I'm not talking any of this to anyone. It's not like there's anything that can actually help me, and it's just talking about the shit you're going through is supposed to help. It's supposed to make you feel a bit better about it. Maybe it'll make me able to decide what to do better. Okay, so today I was having just a good day. Had no issues, was perfectly fine. Went to work and well, didn't have a bad day at work. Got some good food. I feel like I should lower the volume of these sound effects a bit. Okay. So like yeah, so I had a decent day. You know those days where it's like everything goes good. There's nothing to complain about. But then you just have one moment and it just ruins your mood. Just one moment. That's all it takes sometimes. Whether it puts you in a bad mood, or makes you mad, makes you sad, anything like that. Sometimes all it takes is just one moment to get you like that. Well, for me, I had that moment today. I was hanging out with friends. I just got back from the gym. And honestly, haven't really talked to my friends that day. But today, just went to gym after work. Well, I'll go back. Went to work, got off work, got myself some food, good food, took a nap. So just general good day. Then went to the gym, worked out. No issues with any of that stuff. Come back from work. Oh no, come back from gym. And my friends asked me to go by Walmart to get them some food since they needed some more ingredients. I think it was chicken broth. They ran out of chicken broth and they were making egg drop soup. They totally failed on the egg drop soup, by the way. Completely fucked it up. But that's beside the point. So I go to Walmart by myself, pick it up, come back to the house, give it to them, and then they go and tell me, "Hey, don't, we're going someplace. Come with us." Like, okay, can I ask where? Nope, can't. Just come with us. I'm told just come with them, so I do. Well, I'm later told it's an ice cream place, so we're going out to pick up ice cream. I'm like, sure. It's not like I asked to go, I was just told, you're coming. So I went with them. I do. So in the car, I'm seeing my friends. I decide to go ahead and turn on some music, not even that loud. Like my car can go up to I think 45 for volume, and I only had it at 15. I could hear everyone talking quite easily over the music, and I'm the worst at hearing out of everyone in the car. No questions asked there. My hearing literally sucks. I can hear everyone perfectly fine over the music. So they go ahead and turn one people in the car. Does something that I still believe you shouldn't do when you're not the driver. Goes ahead and just grabs the radio, grabs the dial for the radio's volume, and lowers the music from 15 to 4. You don't do that. But that's not the moment that irritated me. Turns it all the way down to the point that it is barely, I barely can hear that. I could barely hear the music. I should say, it's not that they didn't like the song, they just didn't want to hear the music at all. So, they do that, and I just go ahead and raise it up to 6. Raise it from 4 to 6 when they lowered it from 15 to 4. That's not a huge... They did a large drop in the volume. I barely raised it up in the slightest. And I get told something along the lines of, we're trying to talk. If you didn't want to come with us, well, you shouldn't have come with us. Something along those lines. It's moments like that that just get me. I didn't ask to come with them. I didn't do anything highly offensive, didn't do anything to purposely anger them. It was obvious that the person that just told me that I should have just chose not to go with them. That they're just having a bad day or they're in a bad mood right that moment. But it's moments like that when your friend is in a bad mood and they decide to take it out on you that just ruins your own mood. Because you could do everything perfect, but if your friend is in a bad enough mood, they just have to go and pick a target sometimes. And I know that's not how I do it. When I'm in bad mood, I just keep it to myself. I just distance myself from others so they can go ahead and relax. Or I can deal with the bad mood. But no, for some reason, pretty much every one of my friends I have, they just, whenever they're in a bad mood, they don't know how to deal with bad moods. They don't know how to deal with stress. If they're in a bad mood, it's take it out on someone else. If they're stressed, take it out on someone else. It fucking sucks. Especially when you're the one that they take it out on when they do that. So I decided to spend most of the rest of the car ride just quiet. And another friend in the car decided to try to bug me. And that only resulted in uh, me telling them to stop and uh, them, or the first friend, to then say that me and that other friend is annoying them. Meanwhile, the music was turned off after that, and I was just sitting there quiet, and somehow I was annoying them. I really don't get it sometimes. It's something I would never do. I I don't understand it with people, especially my friends. I don't understand why they have to, whenever they're in bad mood, take it out on someone else. Even if that person, especially I don't understand when it has to be the person they take it out on, is not one of the people causing the bad mood. But sure, later on, that friend that was acting like that apologized, but still doesn't change how it feels. Just, it just fucking sucks sometimes. In moments like those, it makes me question just a lot of the choice I've made in life, how I ended up like this. Like, I like my friends. I really do. But sometimes I just question, or I often question, what if I made like this one different choice in life? What if I chose this way instead of that way? What if I chose option A instead of option B? And how would that change my life? And a lot of times I'm like, I don't know whether or not if I went back in time could make the choice again, whether or not I would switch them, knowing usually that that would mean I'd change people or who I met, my interactions, make a bunch of relationships I currently have disappear. I often think, I often just go with it's not worth thinking about as my final answer. Because I do think a lot of parts of my life would have been better if I made choices like those. Like if I went to a different university slash college. I did that. All the friends I'm currently living with, or all the friends I currently hang out with, uh, I wouldn't have any of them. I wouldn't know any of them. But on the other hand, I know for sure uh, my career would be better, me following my dreams. I'd be farther along with them. I know a lot of things would be better if I did that. But I try not to think about that when it comes to those questions. When I come to those questions, I usually end up just saying that it's not worth thinking about. But when it comes to times like these where just shit happens, I am left questioning it once again. And every time I question it once again, I am pushed more and more to regret my choices in life and regret the opportunities I could have had if I made a different choice, even though it would be at the sacrifice of all the relationships I currently have. And it sucks when I see my opinion, my answers changing. As I progressively change, I'm like, it's it's sad. It's depressing. Because I know if my answer is changing, if I'm going from it's not worth thinking about to yeah, my life would have probably been better like that. That just shows that my opinion of those friends that those relationships I would be sacrificing has been getting worse. That the life that I've been leading is not up to what it's just I can see my mental state on this not in a positive way. Yeah. So let me talk about some of my friends and some of this shit. I hope I don't cry on while doing it. Let's say like this. Of my friends, one of the biggest issues I have with a lot of them is their inability of like I'll say best way saying it. I see it as when I look at my friends, I see myself, I always think of myself as yep, I'm the most mature one of them. I always think that. Now when I look at me and then my family, I always think that as well. I just think I'm the most mature of them. And I don't mean maturity as in, oh, depressing, can't take a joke, too serious, that stuff. Even though I do hear that I'm taking things too serious from one of them. But it's more along the lines of I see myself as the one that's the most done with the high school drama shit, the just the one that understands a bit more. Like a lot of my friends are not mature enough to know how to handle their own stress. They just can't deal with it. And like I said, whenever I have stress, I know ways to deal with it, and I will deal with it. I don't need anyone else's help to deal with it. Rather, I'd like to just be completely alone for just a small bit of time, and I'll get over the stress. The stress is usually caused by other people. But with most of my friends, whenever they get stressed, they will lash out at other people. And I do see that as a mature way to deal with it. The mature way to deal with it is accepting that the stress is it and knowing what caused it and knowing it's not the right thing to do to go ahead and lash out on other people. That is the mature way. I know it's a hard thing to do for some people. It took me a long ass time to get to if I count that as something of maturity. Not the not the thing about being fun, liking to goof off, things like that. That has nothing to do with maturity in my opinion. Maturity is a more complex topic. But then there's other things. Like one of my friends, he really, really loves attention. He wants other people's attention a lot. But what he does to get attention isn't usually, you know, just do something normal, do something random. His way of getting attention usually is trying to annoy the person he's trying to get attention from. Just do the most annoying shit, and it might be negative attention, but it's attention, and then he can get irritated with, or he can go and ask why you're getting angry at stuff. The friend I'm mentioning here is the one that was saying that I'm too serious, that I've become less fun. What he is, I guess. Yeah, I agree. I probably become less fun for him. But at the same time, I'm not enjoying just the stuff he does, because a lot of the time that I spend with him just makes me question why at this point. Because I spend a lot of time with him, and it's always, always him trying to be annoying. It's just that. Only that. He'll do things just for annoying someone, just so he can get their attention. Then he'll react badly about someone's reaction to him being annoying. And I see that as another thing that, like, that's just not the mature way. You don't, like, you can try to get someone's attention and just sometimes play jokes and stuff like that. But to have every single one of your actions be driven, every one of your actions with another person be driven with, I will annoy this person. And maybe they'll see it as cute, maybe they'll see it as playful, maybe they'll see it me just joking about. But no, he knows that he's being annoying, but he chooses to be annoying every single day, every single interaction. He's been choosing that. And it's difficult. When you have a friend that has just annoyed you non-stop for months, every single interaction with him has been annoying you, it's hard to want to be friends. And it's hard to actually still try to be friends with someone like that. And I'm trying. I really am. And this is another thing that's like, it fucking sucks. Another thing that can link to maturity, but is just the ability to have a conversation with people of different viewpoints and not have it turn into a screaming match. Not to take extreme offense of it, and not to just go like, oh, you have a different opinion? Well, time to go and insult you. That's a trait that I can say most of my friends have, is when you're having a conversation with them and you have different opinions, quite a few of my friends will just go for the insults, personal insults not related to the topic, or just talking over you, raising the volume, yelling. And it's hard to go ahead and have a conversation or discussion with them if the go-to way of talking to you or having discussions with you when you have different opinions is just to argue, to fight. I'm like, that's another one I can link to maturity. Like, I hate that I'm actually having to keep on linking maturity to this, but I can't help it. These are the traits that I link to maturity, and also traits that I'm linking to my friends. A lot of my friends. Again, it fucking sucks thinking about it like this. I feel like the best way I can describe it is essentially just a teenage drama. Or high school drama. That sort of shit. I really don't want to have to constantly deal with this. And every time I'm forced to, every time I end up thinking back about whether or not I would want to make the same choices, I think about the shit and then I realize my answer is more and more often going towards me not, like me being willing to actually just say, yeah, let's sacrifice those relationships and go back. It's getting close to that every single time. I don't like that. Not at all. It's not what I want. Leave the taste for column. I might be wrong, but who cares? I passed it twice now. Oh, that's fine. That's just some things I'm thinking about lately. I also have been thinking about just myself. How to improve myself. How to fix issues with me. The issues isn't always other people. I, I won't go and shift responsibility like that. I have my own issues. I am not perfect. Uh, I wish I was. I wish I was better at many things, but I'm not. There's many issues I have with myself. I guess I'll talk about some of those. One of the biggest issues I have with myself is just willpower. You know how it is when you have something that you're supposed to do, something that you know is a priority, but or there's things that you know will make your life better, but you actively choose not to do it, or rather, you can't get the willpower to choose to do it. Even though you know it would be better for you. And you should, because as I think of it, there's a limit to how much willpower everyone has at a time. If you spend if you focus all your energy on, if you focus too much your energy on one thing, you can't devote your energy to another. Just not enough of it, at least. Because you don't have enough. There's a limit to how much energy you have. There's a limit to how much energy I have. That's for sure. Like, think about it like this. You go to school, you go to work, and you spend several hours a day there. After doing that, you're like, okay, I want to improve myself in one way, or I want to improve myself in a bunch of ways. You can work hard towards your dreams, like practice what you want to do in your life, train for it, learn more stuff, and that's great. But then you also have, oh, you're worried about your health, so you should diet and exercise. And you know for sure, dieting and exercise and keeping that stuff up takes a lot of willpower. It's not something everyone has enough willpower to do, just that. So let alone if you do that while going to school or while uh, going to work every day. And then so on and so forth. Just think like New Year's resolutions. You can have like 1 or 2 New Year's resolutions, but sometimes you have a lot of them. You can have a lot of them. But there's a limit to how much stuff you yourself can handle at once. There's a limit to the willpower, in my opinion. When I see myself on that, I think about it like this. I decided this year with my New Year's resolution that I would finally get to the shape I wanted to be in. There's been a lot of, but I've regretted a lot of my life, and one of the things I've been worrying about is just missing out on the best years of my life and the opportunities I will never have another chance for. And one of them for sure was just being able to be the shape I want to be in, look the way I want to look it before it becomes, but as years go on, as you get older, that becomes more and more difficult. That's a thing that I think about often. I want, I'm at the peak of my life. I'm at the point in my life that things should, look, this is the time where I should be enjoying my life the most. Yet, I'm not. I'm not, well, this is the only time where I could be like, oh, I could go out clubbing if I wanted to, or I could go around going on dates all the time. Or I can be physically the best I can be, but I don't. And that's it's only because I don't have the confidence to do that because of how I look. Shit. God damn it. That was not supposed to happen. Yeah. Yep, I don't need a 10. But I'm at the point in my life where I could be having the best years of my life. I could be uh, at the physical peak. So I'm like, I've been spending many years where my New Year's resolutions involve just getting in shape, losing that extra bit of weight that I've, I've been at that point for a long time. And it's demoralizing. When I think about the fact that in 5 or 6 years, I won't have the chance to be at the peak that I currently can reach. As years go by, if I do not do what I can, I am missing out. And I'll regret it. Ah, fucking hell, I did it again. Okay, time to grab food. Yeah. So I made my New Year's resolution this time to get rid of a bunch of my New Year's resolution that keep on picking up. I spent most of this year. I've decided the first New Year's resolution is getting into shape, as you kind of could guess by me bringing that one back up again and again. But in order to do that, required me to focus on dieting and exercise, keeping a good exercise routine. And I've been trying. And now we're 7 months, we're nearly done with the 7th month of the year. We're over halfway through the year already. And I'm still struggling with it. I have made a lot of progress, and I'm getting towards it. But it's requiring a lot of my willpower. It requires a lot of time and day, and it causes a lot of stress. And I just can't deal with it. It's hard to do that and be like, oh, I will do another thing. Because another thing I'm trying to do, but ever so slowly, is learn another language. I'm interested in Japanese, so I started trying to learn it. But I've been pushing that off as well, bit by bit. But keeping up routine for that is difficult. When I'm already doing a shit diet, or a diet that is difficult, requires a lot of willpower to deal with, and I'm having to deal with, what do I call it? Also having to deal with spending many hours a day going to, or not many hours, just going to a gym every day and working out every day, putting in that effort every day, cooking myself my own food, going to try myself back and forth from work, doing all this stuff. Oh yeah, doing all this and working every day. It was getting in the way of my time being able to do stuff that I enjoyed. It was wearing me down. And there's a limit to willpower in that way. Like, you'll be worn down by the stress of the things you want to do and the things you have to deal with. And there's a limit. There always is a limit, whether you reach it or not. But for me, I'm dealing with it with the fact that I'm trying to lose all this weight, get into the shape I want. Dieting and the exercising is taking up a lot of my willpower. But on the other side, while I'm doing that, it takes I don't have the willpower to really better myself that much. And I feel like I really should better myself. I could better myself by learning a new language. I can better myself by further developing my skills as a 3D artist. I can better myself in all these different ways. Not make this mistake again. But I just don't have. I keep on saying willpower, but I just don't have the energy to go for it as much while I'm already dealing with all this other shit. I don't know if you guys would understand that or not. I feel like it's understandable when you have, it's like having too much on your plate. I feel like I have too much on my plate sometimes. And it's not like I'm blaming someone else for that. It's me who put the stuff on my plate in the first place. But there's only so much I can do. And now I'm at the point where I'm very close to getting into the shape I want to be in. I'm very close to being achieving that goal. But now uh, things start happening at work that are stressing me out, making me think of my future as far as job wise, whether I can whether I'll be staying with this job or not that I currently have. And when I think about it, I realize that I've spent the time that I've had at my current job not developing my skills. Well, I've developed many skills in it, but I haven't been developing the ones I need to get my dream job, to work as a 3D modeler for a company, usually either a gaming company or a animation company, making character models, levels, landscapes, objects, just making 3D art for games, movies, TV shows, just all that stuff. That's what I want to do. But I spent the past 2 years barely doing any 3D modeling because I spent all the time that was at work just developing other skills of working, and been spending all my time outside of work either playing games so that I can actually be happy, so I can actually enjoy myself, or watching movies for the same reason. But that's minor in comparison to the time I've spent cooking myself healthy food, focusing on a diet, focusing on uh what's it called? Focusing on my losing weight, focusing on this, focusing on that. Spend all my free time and my energy, my willpower, not on developing my skills as a 3D artist. And it makes me worried. It worries the hell out of me that this job that I have right now might end very soon, or rather, it's going to end very soon. I have the feeling of that. I'm almost certain of it. I want to move on to my next job. I want to move on to my dream job. But I don't think if I left this job right now, I would be able to get my dream job. I would not be able to work as a 3D artist for a video game company because I don't have the portfolio yet for it. Like I know I have the skills for it, but I don't have the portfolio to show my work for it. Because of that, I will not be able to get the job that I want, and I would have to get a different job again, not what I want. And then because the field I am in currently is a kind of niche field, one that is hard to get a job in, being a video editor and photo editor, photographer, cameraman, all that stuff. Because that is somewhat difficult to get a job in, I don't have the confidence that I'll be able to get a job directly in that. And when I eventually leave this one, if I can't get a job as with a gaming company or an animation company, then, well, I'll have to start spending those huge amounts of times uh, working at a job without adding to myself. I would spend all that extra time at work once again not developing a portfolio. It might be helping my resume a bit, but it won't help my portfolio in the slightest. And the portfolio is what I need right now. I'm good with the resume. I'm good with skills. If I got to apply to a gaming company and they decided, hey, instead of checking your portfolio, we will just ask you to make this exact thing. And they give me a piece of concept art, or they just tell me what they want made. 99 times out of 100, I'll be able to make the exact thing that they want me to make. Visually, I can do that. I'm very good at 3D modeling. But my portfolio doesn't show that because I didn't have the time to focus on it. But hey, that's kind of the reason why I started to do streaming. I'm doing the gaming stream because why not? I want to, if I'm going to be gaming, might as well make videos out of it. And I'm going to be doing the game development streaming so I can develop my portfolio. But it's hard. It's hard to keep with it. So, this Saturday is going to be the first day that going to be the first stream. So tomorrow will be the first of my streams where I do game development. I'm going to be recording that, and I'm nervous. I keep on getting the thought that I should just push it off. I know I shouldn't. But I get the thought that I should just wait until I'm a bit more skilled with streaming. But I know I shouldn't. It's a weird thing. It's my mind. I keep on doubting myself and I keep on thinking that I shouldn't do one thing, I shouldn't do another. And I know what is right. I should go with the stream tomorrow. And I'm going to. But my mind won't shut up. And I'll still, the entire time, leading up to the stream, be thinking that I should just push off. Push off for one more day. Maybe the next. Maybe the next. Then that day won't come. And then my portfolio will just not develop once again. And time will move forward. Once again, while time moving forward, I would have made no progress. And I'll regret it. And I know I don't want to regret more. I feel like I'm talking to myself in circles right now. But that's really what it is like. It's what it feels like. Just circles. Spiraling, repeating the same thing over and over again. While the world moves forward without you. Yeah. I hope I do good. I need this. I'm going to be doing a bunch of streams tomorrow. Playing different games, but also the important one, is going to be the game development one. And I need it to do good. I need it to work out. It has to. I just have to. Because if I don't, then just once again it's another failure, another regret, another lost chance amongst the many others I've had in my life. Amongst the many others I've had in the past few years. And I need to just do it. Again, this video is essentially just me talking to myself. So if you're watching this, I guess if you're watching this and are relating to this, just understand that there is a way out. I'm telling you this, but I need to hear it as well. Moving forward is difficult. Pushing yourself and taking the risk that you're not sure you're just going to do something that you know you should do, but you're worried. It's just the anxiety of it. In the end of the day, it's going to be better for me. It'll be better for you as well. To do something instead of nothing. And I guess that's one of the things I can mention, I can talk about. It's just the idea that I keep getting, the feeling that I get was like I decide to do nothing instead of something. Because I'm worried about what would happen when I do something. What happens if I what happens if I apply to a bunch of gaming companies trying to be a 3D artist, but they see my portfolio and my portfolio is not good enough, so they decide to just say no. What if I could have just waited 1 or 2 more days, or another week, or just another year, and develop my portfolio more? That would have been better. They would be less likely to say no. They would have got a better first impression of me. But if I keep on waiting, I'll never apply. Because if I keep on waiting for it to be better, well, it can always be better. Because you can always think of yourself as bad right now. That isn't what I want. What I want is to be good right now, and for the future to be good. So if I wait for that, if I keep on waiting and doing nothing, well then nothing good will happen. And I need good to happen. So, do not wait for things to get better. But if the world keeps on moving and you don't, it only leads to regret. From what I've seen, from what I've felt. And I regret a lot of things in my life. A lot of things. And I don't want to regret them. I have to. I just do. I want to regret more things. So I have to do stuff now. Yeah. It's difficult. Life is difficult. This past week, in all honesty, hell, this past year so far, even with all the uh, with all the stress I've been putting myself through with the dieting and the working out, even with all the stress relating to my job that I have, I feel like this year, because I've been making progress on my goals, has been one of the best years of my life so far. Like, I've decided on my goals. I will, by the end of this year, get into the shape I want to be in. But I'm going to reach it. I'm not going to have this goal next year. I'm going to reach it this year. And I am reaching it. Getting closer and closer. I've also decided that I'm going to get my portfolio up to the point that I will get, I'm going to get a job making a game, or I'm going to just make a game by myself at that point. And that's basically what I'm doing right now. I'm going to be making a game by myself, and hopefully by the time I finish it, I'll have a job making games as well. I'm going to strive for it. I am striving for it. And then there was all just for the enjoyment side of it. I kept on throughout my time in university, time in college. I pushed off a lot of games. Oh, I pushed off a lot of games before that, and just left them like I want to play them, I want to experience them, and just developed a backlog. I developed a backlog of movies I want to see, a backlog of TV shows I want to watch, backlog of anime I want to watch, manga I want to read, games I want to play. Got a huge backlog on all those, and decided this year would be uh, my free time, the extra time I spend on me enjoying myself. I'll get through a huge portion of the backlog for the games, and I would not add any movies to my backlog. So I'm going to the movies whenever I have a movie that I want to see, and I'm playing all the games I want to play. So for this year, I played a huge amount of games I've wanted to play for a long time, but just didn't. Like, I'm on the 7th Kingdom Hearts game right now. 7 of them. I own 10 of them, and I've beat 6 of them already this year. I'm on number 7. That's fucking huge. And in between every one of those Kingdom Hearts games, I played another game that wasn't Kingdom Hearts. I got through those as well. And every one of them was a game I wanted to play. I've been getting through my backlog there. I've been making progress towards getting rid of my backlog of games. I've been making progress towards getting into better shape and better health. I've been making progress to improve my mental state, my confidence, my health again, my portfolio. I've been pushing towards all these things, and this year I've been essentially made this year the year of me making progress towards everything. And while this year honestly feels like it's one of the best years of my life, it's definitely so far the best year of my adult life. It also, sometimes life, even when everything seems to be going good, just decides to fuck with you. Just decides to kick you. It's like you climbing up the stairs, and then it decides to remove the stair block right in front of you, and you just fall down a flight. Just one flight. You climbed up 99 flights so far, but just falling down that one. It fucking sucks. It's like what I said earlier. Today was a great day, but then just one bad thing had to happen and it ruined my mood. And ruined my mood for the entire day. Well, say the entire day, but I do feel much better after talking about all this stuff. Even though I'm not talking to anyone, just talking about it helps. Just notice those are uneven. I was about to switch, so I'll wait for this. Yeah. To anyone that does end up watching this, hell, even to myself if I watch this once just in the future. So I guess a message to my future self. Uh, just let things out. Not let things out at other people. Don't let out your stress at other people. That is not a good thing to do. But just, even if you're not talking to anyone, just saying things out loud somehow feels like it'll make things better. At least it does for me. Uh, I do feel much better after all this. After talking about it. It did feel like I was going to have a small mental breakdown early on in this video. It feel like I was going to end up crying on, well, I guess not on camera, but crying while, you know, recording. And I didn't really want that. Could have been good for views, I guess. But just talking about things did help. Yeah. Okay. Since I said I was going to talk about life, I'll talk about something else in life. Just another serious topic of it. You know, a lot of people in your life will tell you that you should be happy with everything around you. But even if everything's going well, you just have to be happy. You don't have anything to complain about. That's not true in the slightest. Trust me on this one. There is always reason to complain, whether you realize or not. And there's always, if you ever feel like you need to take a break, don't feel bad about it. Like one of the things I've noticed myself is that with both my friends and my family, I'll spend all my time here living with my friends at a house that we rent. But then some days I will need a break from them. I need a break from them. No matter how much I like them, no matter how much, again, no matter how good we are together, you need to take a break sometimes. Sometimes I just feel like I need it. So I'll go and I'll take my break, but going and visiting family for a few days. But then there comes times when I visit my family and then I'm like, okay, had enough. I need a break from them. There are people that tell you it's not alright to be like, okay, that's it. Or it's not alright to act like you need a break from people. It's rude, it's selfish, it's shows that there's a problem with you. But that's not true. It's not rude to want to have less stress, to not have to deal with the same shit every day, to mix things up just a bit, to take a breather. It's not rude. It's important. You know, I already mentioned it too that I usually have to take a break from. To take a break from my family, like every time I had a winter break or summer break and I had to move back to the or to living with my family, every single time they'd just reach a point, or I'd reach a point where I had to just get out of there. Full offense to my family on this one. Like, there's usually people would say no offense to them, but full offense to them. There's a lot of toxicity in my family. They fight a lot, insult each other a lot. It's a bad atmosphere to be in. It's a stressful one. And being there for too long would actually affect how I acted, would change my own personality, and make me not like myself as much. I'd become more short-tempered, more volatile, and I didn't like it. So, like every time I'd come back from spending an extended period of time with my family, I'd have to take several days to adjust back to who I really am. Get back to acting like I usually do. To being back to being me. Why did I not drop? Yeah. I would need to spend those days to get back to who I am, because they would affect my personality. I just needed to take that break. Again, full offense to them. Like, you should say no offense to people, but full offense. It's because of how they are. And I feel like they have to say the thing that I'm having when it comes to them. Being around each other has affected their personalities and kept on making it worse and worse. And that they need a break from each other. But they live with each other. So they're not getting that break at all. Why is it not fucking dropping? I feel like the same thing that happened to me with my personality getting worse. Me becoming more volatile. Me becoming more aggressive, agitated. Happened to them. And they need to break as well. Whether they ever will take a break from each other, I don't know. honestly isn't my place to say. Okay, that's just fucking irritating. If everyone is the one that on the bottom when broken, holy shit, I'm gonna need a lot of wooden slabs. But the one on the bottom. If they needed to take break, I need to take break for them. But then when I come back here, if I'm with my friends for too long, they start to wear on me as well. As I guess you guys could have picked up from how I've been talking about them. There's just a limit. There's always a limit to how much I can deal with people. And with them, yeah, it's just I need to get a break away from them. And I haven't had one in a while. Yeah. Let's keep on talking about serious shit. So yeah, I guess the lesson we learned for that last one is it's okay to be done, to be tired, to be exhausted, to just need to take a break, even if it's taking a break from people. It's okay to do that. Because people can wear you down no matter how hard you try, they can wear you down. Actually, let's recap the things that I said. Okay, so yeah, it's okay to take breaks, especially if it's breaks from people. It's okay. It's not rude, it's not insulting, it's not any of that shit. If you need a break, take a break. Next. Next one up would be well, I talked about a bunch of shit now. Uh, Next, oh yeah, other one that I mentioned was just do actually work towards your goals. Your goals are there and they'll still be there. Don't wait for things to get better because things will only get worse if you do nothing. If you do something, things will get better usually. Whether you believe so or not, they should. If they don't get better, even though you are working towards them being better, then that's not on you in all honesty. If you worked for it to be better and it just didn't happen, then it didn't happen. Let's go play system down. And there's nothing you can do about that. I need to grab some food before I go mining. I need to get coal in particular. But I'm just gonna mine deep. Okay. Yeah, don't wait, because it might feel like the world is just repeating itself, going in circles. But that's what it is. If you stay still, it will go in circles. It will repeat itself. And it's not the good way of circles. This would be you spiraling downwards. Things will only get worse if you do nothing. Do something. Anything. Work towards your goals. To some extent. So your goals really aren't waiting for you. So don't wait for your goals. Then other things to talk about. Oh yeah, maturity, I guess. Talk about that. I don't need that resource. Talk about maturity, just as other things. I guess the big place, when you think of maturity, you might think about being joking around or stuff like that, having fun, being happy. Hell, even things like innocence. That's not in the slightest. That's not what maturity is. Maturity is... What the fuck is the noise? Oh. Maturity isn't about you being happy or you having fun. It's about you not doing the same super mistakes. It's about not being, but it's about living life in a way that is right. That you know better. Being mature is knowing better, I guess. Okay. Yeah, that's just so. Yeah, being mature is about knowing better, not about acting like an adult. There are many childish mistakes that, when you think about them, you essentially are thinking, oh, that guy's so immature, that's been so childish, and yeah, that is how it is. But that's not what maturity is. Maturity isn't the actual opposite of that. It's knowing better. And try to know better. Think a bit more. Don't choose the dumb decisions that have consequences. You can choose the dumbest choices in life. You can. There's honestly nothing wrong with choosing or being dumb once in a while. That's once in a while. If you constantly choose the wrong mistake, constantly just if you constantly lash out at your friends when it's not their fault, don't do that. That's not the right thing to do. Find a better way to. Finally, my first diamond in the server. And wait, let's see what my playtime is right now. Wait, that's in statistics. Current playtime. Time played 0.73 days. Which let's see, that's 3/4 of a day. Which means I've been playing for about a little bit under 18 hours on the server. And I finally found my first diamond. And it's not just one. Yeah. So don't lash out on your friends when it's not their fault or why you're angry or stressed. Don't don't do that. Don't constantly annoy your friends when you just want attention. There's better ways to get their attention. Hell, don't constantly annoy someone because you know what the end result is of that. Alright, this is y equals -29. Huh. I got diamonds now. I didn't know the y value went this low. Oh, since the y values have changed, or since they updated this stuff, I don't know what the actual y value for diamond is going to be anymore. So, I'm going to see how low it actually goes. See if I can reach bedrock. What the actual value is for that. But remove this area. This is where I found diamonds. So when I can know the range essentially. I could look it up. Okay, this is redstone. Looks different from what I'm used to for redstone, but hey. Not like I ever cared for redstone anyway. But I use redstone a bit, but yeah. Okay. I feel like I should still talk about something and it should still be more on the serious side, considering everything I've been talking about has been on the serious side today. I shouldn't just switch to talking about Minecraft. Yeah. Okay, I guess just talk about this. There's something I've noticed with like over life. It feels like time moves faster the older I get. You might notice this as well. Hell, you might not notice it. But this might just be unique to me. But understand, as the days go, as the years go on, it's like waiting. When I was a kid, every single day felt so long. Every single, uh, you know what? Every single week felt like an age. Oh, a week felt like a month felt like a year, and how a year was a fucking eternity. And we reached bedrock. Okay. So this goes up to negative 60 now. Huh. Just want to see how deep it goes. Yeah. It uh feels like now time is moving much faster than it was when I was a kid. But I realize that it isn't. Time isn't moving faster. It's just two things. I've become more uh used to time moving forward. I've become more patient. I'm used to waiting. So I hear things like, "Oh, this movie I'm looking forward to is coming out in uh 2 years." It's like, um, as a kid, I'm like, don't tell me about that stuff. That's like so many years. That's like forever away. Now you tell me, oh, the next, I don't know, next Avengers movie is in 2 to 3, maybe even more years than that. I'd be like, okay, I can wait for that. And it's fucking insane that there's such a difference from then to now. How much I can wait for. I'm more patient with it. Because I know that as time goes on, I can just, it will eventually come. I'm looking forward to it eventually come. But on the other hand, the other thing that I realized was that, like, oh, it's like school. A year in school was so long. But now that I've gone to college, it didn't feel like that long. More so, it felt like, uh, every year, or every semester was a bit quicker than the last. Oh, my first semester and second semester in college felt much longer than my my last year in college. Time just seems to move, I guess, faster now. But as you get used to things, time seems to move. So you're used to the schedule, used to repeating the same thing every day. So time moves faster like that. Okay, actually, I don't want to wait too long on this, so let's go. I want a 2 by 1. Okay, I don't have one, so do this. Let's get the new one set up. Like this one, and let's see. More diamond. Oh yeah. Yeah. There we go. Let's just take this one out. Oh yeah, got diamonds. So in the video or the stream about or talking about life, there's also gonna be a stream where I finally have diamonds. Oh, no, not that. Okay, but yeah. Time seems to be moving faster, but one reason is because I'm more patient. That's why viewers. The other one, but and then the other part of it was because I'm more used to things. But I feel like that's actually more towards the next thing I'm talking about, which is the amount of memories you actually have. As time moves forward, you've gained more and more memories. Like when you're a kid, you didn't know much. You haven't had many experiences. Like a year seemed like forever when you were 8 because that was 1/8 of your life at that point. But now, and I'm like, yeah, I'm 24. That's what age I'm at. Up to actually calculate at this point. Now I'm 24. A year is not 1/8 of my life. It's 1/24. It's much less, holds much less significance. Great. Let's see if I can explore that area. Hmm. Yeah. The amount of memories you have, just the amount of life experience you have, is very different as you grow older. Because that, time seems to move faster because, relatively, when you're younger, you've experienced way less. So time is moving faster for you. I think this is enough mining for now. Even though this, how much iron did I get? None. I got 0 iron this entire time. What the hell? Right. But I came here for coal, and I only got. That's what I came in with. I didn't make the progress I wanted to, but I got diamonds, I believe. So hey, that's good news. Oh yeah. Yeah. There's another message for like, don't be mad if you don't get what you expected, especially when you do receive something anyway. Because heck, not receiving coal or iron, yeah, that sucks. Because that's what I was aiming for. But receiving diamonds instead, honestly, I've still probably been better, or would have been happy receiving more coal and iron than receiving diamonds. That's just me. So I'm not exactly using diamonds right now. Ah, but still happy with that. Okay. Since I feel like I'm running out of talking topics, I don't want to switch to talking about Minecraft. I want to actually keep this video discussion-wise kind of focused. Yeah, I did get gold as well. Did I want to do that? I'll be ending the stream very soon. It's a nice thing. On the mini-map actually shows pretty much the pathways of the areas I've dug out. With that, I could actually have like a map to my tunnel system. Oh, that right. Yep, it's good to. Heck, progress is progress. Again, I consider this year my year of progress, so. Let's see, dark oak. Is that all the dark oak I have? Where's the dark oak saplings? If I remember correctly, dark oak requires that you do 2x2s, right? I put these two back because I don't want to lose them. And let's do this. Oh, I have one wooden plank in there anyway. Let's place down these wooden planks and then we'll head out. That'll be it for today. That'll be it for the stream. Tomorrow is going to be a day filled with streaming. Let's see, what is my talking topics gonna be for them? Well, for Minecraft, that'll probably be the last stream I do today. So it'll probably be about how the day went. If I did good with the streams, if I did good with working out, or if other people are playing at the moment. Hey, I actually got both this time. This is slower, but I don't want to lose more planks. Yeah, but Minecraft's probably gonna be either talking to other people or uh, or talking about how the day went. I can come up with something, hopefully. With the game development one, the topic is going to be on the game. Damn it. Yeah, we'll be talking about the game development processor. For the one where I'm trying to stream off the PlayStation. Again, we'll be talking about the game I'll be playing. I haven't exactly decided it yet. We'll see. We'll see what game I end up picking for that. And then Bloons Tower Defense, when I do that stream, it will just be the daily challenge. Probably just daily challenge and nothing else. Or maybe I'll do daily challenge and another. Do we not have deep save in here? Oh. Got ones over here. Yeah, those I don't have in here now. Yeah, so I have some topics to talk about at least. And I made progress at least. The walls have been added to the storage room. Some of the ceiling has been put in, but nowhere near enough. I need a huge amount of dark oak wood for it. See, has any of them grown yet? Of course not. I'm not going to bone meal them because that'll just be adding more stuff for me to do today. Someone else will join in and start playing later, and that'll make the server a lot of the time. They'll grow anyway, so no need for me to do it. Let's see, is this one? Go sad. Go sad. Good. All that the way. Let's go up here. Been a while since I've done this. Okay. That will be everything for today. That'll be the stream. If anyone watched this one, I hope you enjoyed it. If by chance you found any of the topics I was talking about relatable or helpful, then I hope you enjoyed or you found it helpful, anything like that. And yeah, the progress we made, we've added the walls to the storage room, added a bit of the ceiling, but nowhere near enough. And we did a small bit of mining, with the small bit of mining resulting in us while looking for iron and coal, end up with diamonds, but no new iron or coal. I don't know how it ends up that I'm able to find the thing that's more rare than the two things I'm looking for without finding either of them. That's odd. That's the progress we made. Yeah, I know the stream was a bit more serious than the others. Not really joking, not really stuff like that. This was more like a therapy stream for me, or like a diary stream, I guess. Either or. Personal journal if you want to be uh um less uh again, personal journal, diary, therapy stream, any of those you can call this. This was mainly just me talking about my life, or just talking about issues with life, topics, just more serious stuff. Yeah. So I will be doing multiple streams tomorrow. Uh, hope you enjoyed this and look forward to those. Yeah. So I will see you next time. Bye.